right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another webinar of DQ&A. My name's Fabian. I'm your host. And with me, I have my colleague Petar from Berlin. And we are going to tell you a few things about the Google Marketing Platform today. We have an agenda with us as well. And on that agenda, we have a few points which, are more or less important to follow through. First of all, we'll tell you just a bit about us, just to know who you're talking to and who you're dealing with, if you don't know, and maybe you get, even if you know us, you get a bit of more information about us. Then we're talking about why the Google Marketing Platform is valuable, and as valuable as it is within the whole marketing tools available on the market. We'll talk about what's inside the GMP, so give you a quick run through of the certain tools that are within the GMP. And we'll also give you a few tips and tricks how the GMP could work for you. And at the end, we'll show you one or two cases which might help you understand what we did with a few clients and how we led them to the success they have today. Questions can be asked all the time via the chat box. Please understand that we will only answer the questions at the end of the presentation. Though if you've got a question coming in during the presentation, please just type it down. We'll make sure to answer it at the end of the presentation. And now I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Petar.
Yes, hello everyone. Hope you can hear me well. So I will guide you through the presentation, and we will start with a quick introduction of DQ&A. So who and what is DQ&A? So we are a company with three different specialisms. So we have areas of media management, technology, and creative. This is what we offer to advertisers, agencies, and also publishers. And we built on Google technology because we had a very good experience with the technology of Google, but more to come about that. So that means we are a collective of specialists in various fields and have different certifications of Google technology. So the reason why we believe so strongly in Google is that we think they might have the fastest servers and as well the most servers globally. So this is a good foundation and backend to build campaigns on. Nevertheless, having said that, we are of course acknowledging also other solutions and platforms which are relevant for our clients and maybe even for us. So this is that we also partner and look into different platforms and solutions for advertisers, agencies, and publishers. And this is usually what we do, that we connect the technology.
So we're not limited to only Google. So whatever stack you need to build,
exactly. So more to come about that. Just briefly, we are an international company with offices in 14 locations, and so we serve small and large brands. So we serve, as I said, small and large brands via their agencies or directly. So we are a technology partner. We are not an agency. We are a technology partner. We try to fill the gap between the different parties and to create solutions. And yeah, so this is roughly about us. And now we want to continue with the Google Marketing Platform. We are since 2002 DoubleClick/Google Marketing Platform partner, and we would like to share our perspective, our view on the technology. So the goal for any advertiser or agency is basically to reach the target audience. And when do you reach the target audience? It's basically when you have the right message at the right time, at the right place, and using the right channel. Having said that, there is a bunch of possible tools marketers can use to reach the user or customer. And every company or every agency have more or less their own unique digital blueprint. So we call it blueprint. And this is a ongoing process to review the tools and to look into them and to test different tools. So marketers are basically looking for the golden stack. What is the perfect setup? And the problem though is that if we are looking back in 2011, there was like in the marketing technology field, there was were like 150 providers for such technology, and we see the technology exploded here. 2018, we already have 7,000 providers, which is yeah, it's a huge number. Some people say it's even easier to learn Chinese Mandarin with 3,000 characters or letters than to study this Luma landscape. And this is what it is. And if you think about it, so I think this is very important to understand where we are as an industry, is that we basically have all these solutions, and all these solutions are competing in resources. If you think about servers, developers, account managers, CEOs, marketing managers. So this is causing some effects and basically makes a need for higher automation of solution. And one solution or one strategy could be to use the Google Marketing Platform. The Google Marketing Platform is probably in the ecosystem the broadest solution. So it goes in in various fields. And so it is also designed that the workflows and the data flows are optimized and highly automated. Nevertheless, there are always good reasons also for other technologies. And this is really important to emphasize that the GMP is a third-party inclusive technology. So it doesn't mean that you have to get rid of what you have created or using in your personal stack or your company stack or agency stack. So it is to build on. So where you might have some pains or missing links or missing modules, so and to think about how you can fill that up. If of course we also have clients who just run Google Marketing Platform or Google technology, because they basically say, yeah, they save the time on evaluating all these different solutions and all these different things, and usually you can't really compare the solutions even there in one field, but it takes a lot of time. And yeah, it can be a strategy to build on the Google Marketing Platform, so to save time on such processes, and also, of course, to save resources. And yeah, so this is a rough overview what the Google Marketing Platform is. I would say, and this is what I also tell to clients, it's basically the new Google AdWords. I know Google AdWords has been renamed to Google Ads, but the meaning of Google AdWords, it was a long time dominating #1 tool to have a most complete traffic and overview of your campaigns, and you could just run AdWords and doing a lot of stuff. But things got more complicated as we are moving more and more into data integration in our campaigns. So, so if you want to really have a full latest update on your technology, you have to open up basically. And really important, think big, but start small. So don't overwhelm yourself. And you see here 3 core products of the Google Marketing Platform, which are Search Ads 360. We have Display and Video 360 in combination with the Campaign Manager and Analytics 360. So these are the core products. We will go a little bit deeper about them and show and go also through the other features so that you have a complete view what it is. So first of all, just some figures. So this is proof of concept also. If you use a unified marketing platform, like the Google Marketing Platform is, you can grow and optimize your efficiency a lot. You can optimize the page visits of your customers and also the lifetime value you have with them, the CPA, CPC. So many things can be optimized, and it leads back that you spend your media budget in the most efficient way and are able to allocate it in the best way because you're considering different channels. And so there are also different sources which prove that, like also here the Harvard Business Review, and say, yeah, businesses who use integrated unified platforms do significantly outperform. So having said that, you are interested what is inside the GMP, so we go more into detail. And as Fabian said, we will answer questions later, and it might be also that you have a specific need, and we will catch up on that as well. So roughly, what is DV360? So DV360 is one of the 3 core products of GMP. And as you see, you can do many things. You can set up campaigns, you can manage audience, you can manage creatives, inventory, and insights. So actually, this view is makes DV360 a mini GMP. So if you're a smaller mid-sized company, this could be a perfect start for you to get into the logic and the processes of such a tool and extend later. So, and comparison to Google AdWords or Google Ads and GDN is that you have more exchanges. So if you consider GDN as one exchange, you have like 50 additional exchanges, which includes also sub-exchanges in DV360. And another difference, so you see here an overview of the different exchanges. Some are focused on specific formats like video or mobile, and DV360 is the only DSP which includes also YouTube inventory. So further, another difference towards GDN and Google AdWords is that the idea of DV360 is not just to sell inventory or just to buy inventory through CPC. It's also about including all the different deal models which are on the market. So open auction, it's pretty much what AdWords also does. And then you have 4 other deal types which you can be used in DV360. So if you are looking for premium inventory with a big publisher house, and they usually exclusively sell their inventory, and they do also through exchanges because it's less work for them. They can automate their selling process, and you can access these offers or negotiate with these publishers through DV360. And then there are differences, so there can be a private auction just for a few advertisers. There can be preferred deals so that you get inventory, but if it's sold, someone else will get the inventory, so there is no guarantee on the inventory, similar as programmatic guaranteed. And of course, if you have a very important exclusive campaign, you can exclusively buy also inventory on DV360 and manage the campaigns. So the next core product in a nutshell is Search Ads 360, which this is the most easiest thing to understand, that it manages more than Google search, the Google search ads. It also manages Bing, Yahoo, and Baidu in that sense. So this is so, of course, depending on your market, one or the other can be more relevant, but at the end, you can access through one tool and manage them all. Also setting for all of them, having the campaign management and creation, optimize the biddings, and of course to have a single point of a report and insights what's going on there. So just briefly an idea also about bid management, because this is an often asked question, and this is also the origin of the bidding tools, that they optimize and simplify also the bidding. This is also the same case in SA360. And really important is to understand you can really build on your own KPIs and metrics, include them in the dashboard, and even bid on them. So if you have a specific KPI, a specific metric which is related to your company processes, and many companies do have that, then you can take this into your campaign optimization. So the third of the core products is Analytics 360. And Analytics 360 is not on the media buying side, it's on the website basically, or your backend also, that you process your data, you collect and process your data in one tool, and ensure that you have all data which is accessible in your company, in your tools, connected to Analytics 360. And yeah, as you see here, mostly Google tools which can be connected, but you see also one point, other integrations. There are many integrations possible with CRM systems, with your unique databases you want to connect. You can include, you have connectors for social media, you have many things you can do and expand that. And it's also important to create one report of truth in that sense, and ensure that you have a good understanding of your different channels you are advertising. A common question is, oh yeah, there is Google Analytics for a long time and I'm using it and it's free. Why should I upgrade to 360? And 360, of course, is an enterprise solution in that sense, but there is also a mid-market license which can be requested. So the main difference is really what you can integrate, what tools you can integrate, the support and service you have, and also, and this is really important, the data processing part. So you are somehow limited, and it makes sense if you are crunching tons of data, which takes a lot of server and computing engine. and you want to have the best possible outcome, then it should be really fast. And so this is what Google Analytics 360 is compared to the free version. And sometimes, of course, there are limitations. Maybe your company is small and you can go in that direction. It's no problem. So you start with the free version, or another case could be that you're an agency and doesn't make so much sense to have a license on your own, but you might have a client who uses GA360, and then you can easily connect through your to your own stack and to your Google Marketing platform, and still service the client on that part. Yeah, so another tool, which is an addition to DV360 and the Campaign Manager, is Creative Studio. Creative Studio is a high-tech ad server, it's an extension of the ad serving part, but it makes your creatives dynamic in the best possible way, so that you almost can in real time assemble your creatives when the user is watching the screen. And we do offer this, so this can be also a bit of a complex process, especially the creative part. Everyone has a different understanding or a different taste, and so so this is a very special part, but also very powerful. And if you go into that direction and master it, and it depends, of course, also of the assortment or the range of products or services you offer. But this can be really, really powerful and actually important to reach the highest level of a digital marketing expert. So also to complete this with Optimize 360, Optimize is a tool within GMP to optimize your landing pages, your websites, your content, and to do A/B testing. This is a quite old principle, but not too little, I would say, too little advertising agency using that, because it was still too complicated. So this might change the situation for you. It's getting more and more easier to do A/B testing, and also to create a good understanding and experience, and to bring some value for advertisers or the agencies for their clients. So Tag Manager, maybe you guys already know this tool or using it. So there is a 360 version which enables a little bit more fluent data automation and flow. Nevertheless, there is a free version which is highly spread, and I know many people are using that. So this is also fine. This is also crucial when it comes for implementing the Google Marketing Platform. Setting different tags, setting different rules, when they should fire, where they shouldn't fire. And so this is the tool to go. There are also other tag managers on the market, and you might use another one, but this is, of course, ensures that everything goes fluent and well with the Google Marketing Platform.
The thing is that it's a excuse my French, pain in the ass to integrate all the floodlights you need, either hard-coded or with other tag managing solutions. So that's why the Google Tag Manager is particularly great if you use the Campaign Manager or DV360.
Yeah, this is a good point. It's about being dynamic in your creatives, in your campaigns, in your data, and also with your tags. So this is where you collect the data for your campaigns, and these things might also depend on different rules because you go in different channels, and you need basically setup which is highly dynamic and based on rules. And the same thing, so with the tag manager, you set the foundation for collecting the data with your tags, and then it comes that you also want to get the insights, to get the data and visualize them and understand and report them. So therefore is Data Studio, and Data Studio is a free tool, so you can easily start also with that, and create beautiful and easy to create and share your reports and information. And you can add also your own specific data through SQL or other databases. You can upload files. Of course, all the Google tools are available. And this is a very good way, and also for agencies, to automate on one side reports, but also giving limited access just for one report to your clients, so they can have a perfect overview, and you can aggregate on a high level for C levels. You can go more granular reportings and insights on a deeper level, and arrange that.
And we all know how much work it is to create Excel sheets, Excel reportings, or even PowerPoint reportings from scratch.
Exactly. So there are also studies about that, 80% of our time as online marketers are spent on such tasks, low value tasks where you just copy and paste data in one sheet in another format, doing stuff like that. And so, it's a time-saving tool at the end, to have all in one place and to have all the reports and automate them. So Google Survey, one or the other might know this tool. It's exists already for a while on the market, and it's a really easy tool to get opinions from possible customers or your target audience, what their opinion is on specific questions you do have. And there is also a 360 version currently not available in Europe, but I think this will come soon. Nevertheless, you can also start with the existing version, which is not a downgrade. It's including the market research in the Google Marketing Platform, and unifies all your marketing activities at the end. So the big question is, having said that, maybe there are tons of opportunities, and you think, oh wow, how could I start? How is this relevant for you? And how could I do the first step? So we want to give you an overview, a guidance on that. So when you see this overview on the left side, this is more focused and an approach for small and mid-sized companies or agencies, where you can basically choose two strategies. One would be that you go with your first and most important channel. So it really depends on your offer, on your services. If you have search-focused media buying or display-focused media buying, and choose this channel and start with that tool, which helps you to automate and reduce the manual level of your campaigns. And if you are already feel comfortable with your channel, and maybe you did that also, but you have challenges, for example, with display campaigns, and you want to be clearer on that, how to integrate or just go next level because you want to grow your company, you want to grow your agency, then you extend basically your existing channels with, in the case of display, you would add to GDN an extra extra 40 exchanges and 40 to 50 exchanges. So this is where you can easily start, and this is a very common start, and it's all good. You see also Data Studio and the Tag Manager beside that. So this is housekeeping tools you can use anytime. So on the right side, you see two strategies for mid-sized to larger corporations. And depending, so this is really that you are an advertiser or an agency and you really want to reduce the tech pain of your stack and think about how you can improve that. So this is really transform your stack, build on a specific technology, and to have the option anytime to access the tools of the GMP. So so one strategy for you would be that to optimize workflow of on and offsite data. If you are an agency, as I said, it might be that you can't implement Google Analytics 360 on your side, but nevertheless, you can consult your client on that, and you can also connect your GMP setup with your client's ones, and especially with GA360. So I think this doesn't mean that you necessarily have this tool, but that you have access and understand it. So, and the most automated data processing and data activation, automated activation of your data in your campaigns, so you don't have to set this manually, is basically the next level, that you connect the GMP with data processing tool like the Google Cloud. And then you will reach really a multi-moment situation for your users, for your target audience, and everything, the campaigns can be really created and optimized automatically, and the creatives can be built almost in real time or in real time automatically and shown in the user at the right moment with the right message at the right channel, so that the message is most relevant, he clicks and buys your products or services. So we have a process for that. Just in a nutshell, this is leaned also on a BCG study where it explains the different levels of digital maturity or data-driven maturity. So that that you might be a beginner, which is fine. I think the online marketing world, even though it's highly fascinating and so many things are possible, still just started. We were seeing so many new technologies. As you saw in the overview, we never had so many different technology providers. Then, of course, you need to connect your measurements to use your data, to have insights, to understand also your data, and to connect this at the end with your media buying tools or your buying tools, and to create or use this data from the campaigns and use them in an automated way in your campaigns and bidding strategies. So a little bit more guidance and ideas what you could do if you are an advertiser or agency, where to start. So just sharing from our experiences. So if you are an advertiser, you would review and understand your current setup. So this is really important, and it can really become very complex. We offer also audits here on different level, either process, tools, or campaigns. But this is really important to have an overview. And then next thing is just start where you're best at. So if your strongest channel is search, go with that. If it's display, go with that. If you want to do something new like video, do that. So whatever is right for you. So, and also important, include your partners and agencies in the process. So yeah, so this is a crucial success factor actually, to have people around you who can build a bridge between different processes and tools. Next thing, in-housing doesn't mean yet that you have your own, everything on your own. So there is a huge trend towards in-housing for a reason that advertisers want to own their data, which is fine. The reality is they usually can't or don't want also to handle all this technology. So so reach out to agencies, to partners who can help you on that. Then it's also not about using one exclusive technology. Just understand which technology is really powerful and can help you on that, and also covers your specific need. And the Google technology is so broad, in some sense also general, that you can easily rely on the fastest servers with your solutions and connect all your existing technology. So you don't have to get rid of all of your existing technology because it made you successful as well. So just build on the Google technology. For agencies, same thing here. Really review and understand your current setup. Usually agencies are really advanced in that field, have a broad range of different technologies and a good understanding. Nevertheless, you might have missing pieces, you might have pain points. We help you to identify them if you want. Yeah, and this is also a tip: include technology partner in the process. So we are really independent from any agency network, and we are in that sense also agnostic from any technology. And if necessary, we add you a different database to create the connections you need for your campaigns or for the campaigns of your customers to make the things running. So be also an idea or tip, be flexible on the technology. Sometimes the advertiser owns the technology. Sometimes you can offer that. You definitely should be prepared. You can own the data from the beginning. Usually there is education level needed on client side, which takes sometimes a while. So, but you should be prepared. You can own the data, the technology from the very beginning, but you can create and set up the technology in that way that if the client wants to own the technology at the later point, that you can hand over it. So this is possible. So to consider that. And it depends on you. Sometimes clients are not even interested how the magic happens. So they are fine if they have someone who manages this all, then it's also fine. Then you own the data and then you run the technology. So here as well, and especially for agencies, I think it's really interesting that you can build and create unique solutions if you build on Google technology. This is an outlook also towards Google Cloud, where you can do really bespoke, unique solutions, really for a very good budget, I would say. And yeah, so these are our tips on going programmatic, and we want to finish this webinar. I hope I wasn't too fast or too detailed in something, but we wanted to finish this with two references and case studies. So one is from an agency from Dublin. They have Irish Ferries as a client, and they were kind of the middleman in between many technology providers or technology partners who owned the technology, and so they wanted to streamline to make it more fluent, more efficient, more optimized. And they used Google Marketing Platform for that with our services. And the result was that they really could cut half the price per impression. They could decrease 73% cost per click, which is huge, and of course higher click-through rate, and made their media budget more efficient, and the clients very happy. So, and then another case from an from Transavia, an airline which is from the KLM group, a very specific airline in that sense, that is a mid-price carrier, so a pretty tough area to be, because as you know, or might think, that most of the users or people who are looking after a flight want to get as cheap as possible the flights and reach the destination. Nevertheless, they had they are in a highly competitive market, so they knew we have to spend our media budgets in the most efficient way, and this is just if we are honest with our communication, and with the Google technology and our support, they created an amazing system where they communicate in the creative the current relevant price. So they're not communicating 90 euro and go to London. They have like the proper price, the realistic price, which is the current price, which is 199 or something. So, and this is where they could gain trust with the users, and so increase the booking volume of 45%. And I think this is the most relevant goal they had, to get more bookings. They could decrease the CPA, and yeah, and of course also the booking value, so that the users also booked even more or additional or more expensive seats than before.
And the great thing about this is also that even though they've decreased their CPA, they still were able to scale a lot more with their budget, invest their budget in other into other campaigns, into other tools, into other marketing measures. So it's all about efficiency. What we already told you at the beginning of our presentation, the right message to the right people at the right moment. That's a very central case in that regard. So it helps you a lot to make everything you do a lot more efficient.
Exactly. So thank you. And now we can go through the questions.
Yeah, I'm taking over. Thanks, Peter, for the presentation. If there's any questions, please post them now. We're more than happy to answer them. We'll start off with the questions from Nick. Thank you so much for the questions. The one is very easy to answer. So, is Google Survey also available in the Netherlands? Unfortunately, it isn't at the moment. I will post you the link where you can find the availability. But as I said, it's available in quite a lot of countries. That's why we mentioned it. But unfortunately, it isn't in the Netherlands. It might come in the future. Maybe we'll just have to check when it comes in. And the second question is a little more tricky, let's say. What is the best way to create dynamic UTMs without using GA360? For example, is it possible to dynamically insert the line item ID in a UTM campaign parameter? Tricky. Thank you so much.
To have a 100% safe answer, I would need to come back. But a quick one. So as I said, DB360 is a mini GMP in combination with Campaign Manager, where you can also set many UTM variables and custom variables where you can put that dynamically. So you don't necessarily need GA360 for that, but we can jump on a call and go more into details about that needs. But yeah, I'm pretty confident there should be a solution.
All right. There are no further questions. Then I'm quickly referring to the questions before. So one question was, is this webinar being recorded? Yes, it is. As I already said, we'll upload it to our YouTube shortly after the webinar. It might not happen before Easter, but it will most certainly happen after Easter. And we'll also gladly share the link with everyone who attended. Same goes for access to this presentation. We will share the presentation to anyone who would like to get it. So we will post it to everyone who attended. And if you need any further information, as we said, you can always contact the info@dq&a.com or even Petar or me directly. That's basically swap the info with our first names, Petar and Fabian.
Yeah, we might also send a survey, because we also want to learn from you. How did you like the webinar? Did you get a good understanding of the Google Marketing Platform, and what you might be interested in the future? What would be interesting to you? So this is where we want to learn from you guys.
Yeah, and with Nick's follow-up question, we are more than happy to contact you on the UTM tagging. All right, there's no further questions as it is.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much, and have a great Easter weekend. And just to let you know, the next webinar in 2 weeks will be a specific publisher webinar on the Google Ad Manager and Google Ad Exchange. The link, I will post the link in the chat real quick. If it opens, give me a second, I'm sorry. And we will have another webinar coming in. We already gave you a quick run through the Transavia case. We will elaborate on the Transavia case in a webinar in 4 weeks as well, to give you a more proper insight, since now the time was a little limited, give you more proper insight on what we did with Transavia, and give you also a little more insight in how we're working, how we're approaching things, and how that ties into using the Google Marketing Platform and Google Cloud in particular. All right.
Good.
Everything's been said. Thanks again. Have a great Easter weekend, and we would be happy to welcome you to one of our next webinars as well.
Yes. Great. Thank you, guys.